old lady. Don't you think it's getting time for you to stop faking being my mom and just leave me alone? You really thought you could just meet my fiance before the wedding saying you're my mom like that? When did I ever say it was okay for you to talk to him in the first place?
Rin, what has gotten into you? I understand that I'm not your mother by blood or anything, but I've been with you for 10 years now, ever since you were in middle school. I may just be your stepmother, but I still believe I have the right to meet that man.
In other words, you mean you're a fake, right?
That's not at all what I mean by being your stepmother. I have made sure to take care of you for the longest time now, like your mother. And at your age, now you should be able to understand that I've always wanted the best for you, right? Even though you were just some kid that your dad brought along with him when the two of us started to take things seriously, I made sure to think of you as my own.
That's nasty to hear from some old woman. Acting like you're so amazing for doing that, even though you never had to. You even went and acted all high and mighty around him by saying you're my mom. That's so freaking embarrassing. I had to explain everything to him about you after that, and it was a total waste of my valuable time.
But even your fiancé was willing to understand me. He didn't even bother that I'm your stepmother calling myself your mom. The only person that seems to be all worked up about this right now would be you, Rin. Now end that attitude, please. This has been the structure of our family for a decade now. Maybe even thank me for putting up with you all this time.
Thank you for that? I'll have you know that I'm never going to be thanking you for anything you've done. The thankfulness I have for you is non-existent. So there you go.
I don't think that right now is the greatest time to be saying such things to me, Rin.
I have to ask, do you actually plan on coming to my wedding?
Huh? What are you saying? Why do you think I wouldn't go? That'd be completely strange of me to not come to my own daughter's wedding, right?
Well, only if I was your actual daughter. But you don't have any daughters, do you? So, that's why I'm asking you to stay away from my wedding, okay?
Do you think because I'm not that forward with myself you can just get away with saying that? Talking down to me because I'm your stepmother, even though I was glad to make someone I never asked for my own. Don't you think you're going a little too far right now, Rin? I have been trying my best with you for these past 10 years, so hearing you say all these horrible things to me really hurts.
If you do end up coming to my wedding, you won't have a seat prepared for you. I have no reason to prepare a seat for someone that's faking being my mother, right?
Calling me a fake, though? I have always wanted to be like your real mom. After marrying your father years ago, I've done everything I could to show you that I care about you as well. Can you please respect me just a bit more as your stepmother? I've been raising you for a decade now, Rin. What's so bad about having me at your wedding?
Well, I just recommend that you don't come. Because I don't see you as my real mom. All you'll do is embarrass yourself by coming, so I would definitely recommend staying away. Because, once again, you're not my mom. Just some secondary wife, right?
You really are just having a blast saying these things about me, huh? Ever since I married your father, everything has been smooth sailing. And up until recently, you and I have never been at arms with one another. Why have you started to act this way towards me now?
That's because I finally realized that you're just a fake and that's it. Everyone knows that the real thing is way better to have around than some wannabe.
I'm starting to see that you really enjoy calling me a fake. Well, I suppose there's nothing else I can really say to you over text right now. I just hope you take a little time before your wedding to calm down a bit and rethink having me at your wedding. I'd like you to look at things as though you're an adult.
Do not come to my wedding today. You are just a stranger now, so don't show up.
What are you talking about now? Today is one of the most important days of your life, right? You are my stepdaughter after all, so I'm going to have to come see you. Will you allow me to please be there to celebrate your big day?
I asked my real mom to come today, and so there's no seat here for you.
Huh? What do you mean you asked your real mom to come?
My real mom is coming. Actually, I've recently been getting back in touch with my real mom after she started texting me out of the blue.
Huh? When you say your mom, you mean your actual mom?
What else would I mean by that? So, your life living as my stepmother is over now. I'm going to be cutting ties with you now. And besides, there's only enough room here for one mom, and so it's been reserved for her. I mean, why wouldn't I have my real mother here as opposed to some fake?
You really asked that person to come to your wedding? Are you really okay?
What do you mean by that one? This is my own flesh and blood mother. Of course I'm okay with her coming to my biggest day.
Did you forget about how she left you behind in middle school and got up and just vanished from you and your dad? You had a terrible time back then, right?
Shut up already! I don't want some stranger talking to me about my life. My mom had a lot of things going on in her life, so she had no other choice at the time. And she's the only one that truly understands what hardships she had to face then. So I'm going to make you shut up by ending things between us right now. I'm sure that my mom and dad will get back together with one another, and today will be the start of that.
I don't think that'll ever happen, Rin.
Compared to you, my mom's a way better mother. Well, I guess there was no comparing you both, though, because I've never once seen you as my mother.
Is that so? Rin, I completely understand how you feel about me now. After all the blood and sweat I gave to raise you as my own, you have made things very clear after all the horrible things you've told me recently. But I don't mind. After this, there will be nothing left for the two of us to talk about.
Just remember that I only prepared one seat, and that's been saved for my real mom. So don't bother trying to come. I never thought of you as my mom, you fake. So hurry up and get out of here!
So that's what you really want then, right?
All those that have been fake need to leave.
Well, whatever happens after this is not going to be my problem then.
Good.
I'll do the same as you and make this the last time I ever talk to you. But of course, there was never a close relationship between us in the first place, so this won't be so bad for me. Goodbye forever, Rin. I hope you have a happy wedding.
Things are out of control right now. Come and help me, Lori! Where are you at right now?
Excuse me, who is this?
Stop trying to make stupid jokes with me, Lori! Hurry up and get back to the wedding! If things keep going like this, I'll be in huge trouble.
Are you really trying to screw with me or something? Why would I have any reason to come back there?
Huh? Why?
I'm finished with you, Rin. And I even did as you asked and went back home. We had last talked an hour ago, so what did you think I'd have done in that time? What do you want from me now? You understand that I don't need you anymore, right?
Lori, please! I'm bawling my eyes out right now! Please, answer the phone call for me.
Huh? What are you even talking about? You and I are complete strangers now, right? Oh, wait. We've always been complete strangers. So after all that fuss you made about me, why would you think of me as anyone besides a stranger?
Wait, but I'm seriously crying a lot right now. Can't you see that I'm in a terrible pinch right now?
I cannot.
What?
And even if I could see that you're in trouble, I'd do nothing about it. You having a fit right now over something has nothing to do with me and my life.
I get it. I'll tell you outright. My real mom is crazy.
Oh? What do you mean by her being crazy?
Some messed up woman came into my wedding out of nowhere. When I had met with her before, she was never that way, but she began going through all the food at the buffet like a maniac, and now she's hitting on all the men here.
That's even worse than I was thinking she'd be like. But I guess it can happen.
And now my fiancé's whole family and all my friends know that someone like her is my real mom. Right now, I'm so embarrassed by everything she's done.
Did you never know that your real mom was that kind of woman? She had started talking with you again after so long, so I assumed you understood the person she is.
I didn't have any memories of her, and she started to text me again asking to meet up. And then we went out once to eat and chat about life. But I never thought that she'd turn out to be some lunatic. Even my fiancé himself was disgusted by what he saw from her, and at the moment he's thinking about canceling the wedding. Now the security is coming to deal with her. And Dad got so upset with me asking why I'd invited her to my wedding and ended up leaving before the wedding even started. What should I do right now?
You're asking me that? Why would you ask me?
I let my dad know the reason why I didn't want you to come to my wedding. But I never wanted him to get upset with me and leave over it. Go and explain all of this to him. He said if he doesn't get a good explanation for all of this, he's going to be done with me as his daughter.
Well, of course he'd do that.
Why are you acting like this doesn't matter to you? Do you not see how huge of a deal this is for me right now? He was even supposed to help pay for this wedding and other things, but now that's never going to happen. What should I do, Lori?
You asked me to never come to that wedding, right, Rin? So how am I supposed to tell you what to do now? I think your best choice now is to just embrace the reality you've just made.
Huh? What do you mean, embrace this reality?
I'm saying there's no turning back for you now. Did you never realize that I was the one paying for your wedding, as well as for you both to go on your honeymoon?
You were. My dad wasn't going to be the one doing that?
I was. We'd even talked about this at dinner, but as usual, you never listened to anything we said. Well, I'm not paying for you guys anymore, so you can go ahead and afford all of that by yourself.
Huh? What?
You are nothing to me anymore, Rin, and so there's no reason for me to pay for you, right? I don't even want to hand any more money to you, so don't expect anything. You're going to have to pay it all off yourself, so after this, make sure to work hard for all that money.
Wait a second, Lori. A lot of the people at the wedding are starting to leave, and I think the wedding has totally been canceled now. And my fiancé's family is all really pissed off. And everyone is asking for me to return all the presents I had been gifted from them. And if you're not going to be paying anything for this wedding, then I'm going to be getting into some really bad debt.
And that's all nothing I care about. Do your best to work hard and pay all of that off. I've also made sure to cancel your guys' honeymoon trip for you.
Huh? Are you serious?
If you really still want to go with your upset husband, or alone, then you can pay for that with your own money, right? I have no plans to ever fork money over to you again, so that's your only option. Take some responsibility for the reality you've just created for yourself. Now, I'll be going.
Wait, Mom!
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I meant Lori? I'm not sure what has gotten into me recently. But I had really just wanted to be with my real mother again. And maybe that's what made me start acting out against you, like you weren't the one that cared for me. After all, you were the one that stuck with me and made sure I was raised well. And so I still believe that you're my mom. You should be okay with me still calling you Mom, right? Please, let's just go back to being a close family with one another.
Huh? Why are you trying to act as though you've done nothing horrible these past few weeks? It's not going to happen, Rin.
What?
You have really pissed me off with the attitude you've given me recently. And so I've had enough of whatever you thought was okay to say and do to me. I cannot believe that the girl I thought was so cute and kind could turn out the way you are now. So believe me when I say that you are a complete stranger to me now.
You're going cold to me just like that? Only a few hours ago you believed that I was still your daughter, right?
Well, when you decided to make things the worst they could be between you and I with that gross attitude you had, I was at a loss for words. I'm pretty sure you and I will never see one another again, so have a great life. You and that fiancé of yours try hard to rekindle whatever love you guys had. Well, as long as that's even possible now. Go find your real mom and try and ask her for help, okay? The fake will now be leaving your life forever.
I was never being serious when I called you a fake. Forgive me, please. I can't make it on my own without my mom. Have you just forgotten about the past 10 years we've had together?
Well, after the way you've treated me, I thought it was completely fine to forget about all that. Really, I don't ever want to see or hear from you again, and your dad has pretty much cut ties with you now.
If the both of you are gone, then what am I going to do?
Isn't this great? You got to finally meet your real mom again. A woman that loves to spend money and is ridden with debt. She's even the type where if she gets the chance, she'll steal money from others. Well, go find her and ask for her to take care of you now. Goodbye, Rin. In the end, Rin was left dealing with a very upset fiancé, or should I say husband, since a week before they had handed in their wedding papers. He had had enough of her and her real mother, and so he began to move towards divorcing her. But Rin no longer had a home to go back to, and so she really was in a pinch like she'd said. As for all the money she'd had in her savings, it vanished into paying off the cancellation fees for the wedding. And now she's stuck dealing with a mother that keeps asking for her to spare her some cash. Rin tried to get Lori to help her, but Lori really was finished with her, and so she ended up blocking Rin, and doing as Rin had originally asked of her. I'm sure that Rin is left wondering what she could possibly do now, but her best bet would be to listen to exactly what Lori had told her and find a job to start working non-stop to make back whatever money she's lost. And if she plans on keeping the money she makes, it's best she gets rid of that crazy mom of hers that'll probably suck her dry in no time. But as for Lori, her and her husband have made the right choice in blocking Rin out of their life and will no longer have to worry about whatever problems she gets herself into.